Bow tuning tip is brought to you by Extreme Outdoor Products of Mississippi. We're getting ready to go out and we're going to install the Elimanator Pro add-on sight. And what I wanted to do before we get out there is explain to you how these sight systems work. What you're going to do is on the back, you're going to hear me referring to putting this dovetail, aligning it up with the bottom pin. And what you're going to do every single time is you're going to align it with that bottom pin, and then your other pins at the top are going to be your closest yardage, will be the top one. The next one down will be your next closest, and the bottom one there will be your farthest yardage. You can also use the one that you line up to be even a further yardage if you wanted to do that. But every time you draw your bow back and anchor, you're going to line it up at that bottom pin. Okay? I wanted to cover that before we ended up going outside. Let's go out there and I'll show you how to install it and how to get everything set up, and we'll shoot it a few times. Hey everybody, today we're going to be installing the Extreme Outdoor Products Eliminator rear sight. It's an add-on feature that you can put on any bow with any pin configuration. It's designed so that you don't have to change out your front sight. You just simply add this underneath of your front sight and you're going to have the same key benefits as the Elimanator Pro sight. Alright, we're going to start by getting it out of the package, and we're going to open it up and put it together and then install it on the bow. We're going to shoot it, get it sighted in. I'll show you how to do all that. It should be good. Alright, you're going to see that I'm out here working on my range. You know, I don't have my elaborate setup in my shop. Not that my shop's very elaborate, you just haven't been there. Anyhow, you know, I've got my tree hanger here to hold my bow so I don't have to have 3 arms, which would be nice. If you know anybody who can install a 3rd arm, it'd be great. But I've got my table here. We're going to go ahead and open the sight up, get it out of the packaging, and get it on the bow. All right, we're going to crack this baby out of the packaging. You got to watch the paperwork. It's kind of windy today. It'll probably try to blow away. You need to definitely read the instructions when you go to put this thing together. It's not rocket science. It's not real confusing, but you know, there are some key benefits that you need to pay attention to and know about. All right, it comes in pieces like you can see. You got your rear V sight, and you've got your bracket that's actually going to mount to your bow. It's got a couple little extra holes here that are threaded, so you can install a light depending on where you're going to put your back V, so that it'll shine on your fiber optics and give you light, which is it's a really good idea. You can't get that on a peep sight, for number one. All right, what we're gonna do is you just take your screws out of here simply. Don't drop anything in the grass so you don't lose it. I'll probably end up losing something before we're all done. All right. You put it like so. Tighten it down. You don't want to tighten it completely down, you just want to snug it so that it doesn't slide around, so you can make your adjustments when it comes time to sight it in here in a minute. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to take our Allen wrenches, we're going to go ahead and take off our front sight because the add-on has to go underneath of it. Just simply take the 2 screws out. It's already loose. All right. Now it comes with longer screws because the ones with your sight probably aren't long enough anymore. It comes with 4 screws in there. It's got 2 different lengths. This one I'm going to probably go ahead and just use the long one. The long set here. Okay, now stick it on, and when you align it up, the first thing you want to do is just get it mounted to the bow, and get your new sight bracket put on here. And I always just lay them together and then run the screws through there like so that I don't have to end up fumbling around with it forever, because I'm kind of clumsy sometimes. Zap that one down a little bit, get the bottom one in the hole started there. Right. This is kind of what it does, is you're sandwiching the add-on in between the bow and your sight bracket. Okay, before you tighten it all the way down, what you want to do is you want to make on this one's a cable slide bow. You want to have at least 1.5 inches clearance. Now I've got stops on this bow, and but I'm still going to push it as far forward as I can take it. I'm not going to have any contact issues because of those limb saver stops. But you know, there we go. Yeah, that's a good 1.5 inches right there for sure. Safety's everything. If that cable comes forward and happens to smack the back of that metal, it'd be really ugly. I don't know what'll happen, but it won't be good, I promise. All right, got it tightened all the way down now. Everything's nice and even. Mounted on, looks good. Okay, all right, now we're gonna set the anchor point. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna set the anchor pin in the back. So we're gonna draw it back, anchor, close our eyes, and then look, and we should be looking right through the V and see the front sight pins. It doesn't matter if the front sight pins don't line up exactly, because they're not gonna be the same as they were because you spaced them out. You're gonna have to make a separate adjustment. We'll get to that in a minute. Always draw them back with an arrow on them too. Okay, we're gonna anchor, close my eyes. Okay, I need to go down to the left just a little bit. Okay, move it out to the left just a little bit. It's easier to do this if you have help, so you can draw it back, and if you trust them, have them reach in there and move it around. But or they got to trust you, rather. Nobody trusts me, they won't help me. And all because I shot somebody's finger off one time. You know, one bad thing happens, you never live it down. Yeah, right there is going to be perfect. Right, now we got to set our front pin. And I don't know how your front pin is going to work, because you're going to have a different pin probably than I have. But you just have to loosen up your bolts that moves the pin bracket. I'm going to move this one so I can move this pin bracket up just a little bit, because I've got to get it to where it'll line up with my bottom pin. So I'll have the top 3 pins to shoot with. You gotta be kidding me. I moved that sucker on the first try. Lucky dog. Awesome. All right, it's time to lose some arrows. Okay, we're gonna start out here. We're at 10 yards from that bear target. I've got 2 bullseyes on it. I'm gonna shoot at the bottom one first. See how close I was to getting this thing set up on the bench. I have a feeling I'm pretty close. Yeah, that's pretty close. If you can't see that, it's right there, just a little bit low to the right. Not a problem. The one that I just shot's the one with the white knock in it. Cool. What I need to do now is I need to move my front sight over and down. Break my Allen wrenches out and do that adjustment real quick. You want to move it very little. Sometimes with these sights, if you move them a lot, it's a lot of movement. So we just want to break it loose in the back. Move it down. Move it over. Tighten it down. All right, let's try it one more time, see how close we get this time. I'm going to shoot at the top orange dot this time. See how close I get. Whoa, now that was close. Pretty close. Okay, we got it sighted in pretty close now. Now it's just a matter of tweaking everything. Awesome. That was a breeze, no problem at all. You guys out there, you want to change from a repeat sight, tired of all the hassles and problems and the unknown if that thing's going to be turned when you draw it back to shoot that big buck, this is a pretty good idea here. That's what I would switch to. That's what I have on all my bows, and I'm constantly upgrading to make sure that I get them on the other ones that I don't shoot as much. Anyway, thanks for checking out my website and this video. Stay tuned. I gotta disappear.